Hello, SEO professionals, and welcome back again to this basic to advanced level Google Analytics course, in which I am going to teach you each and everything related to Google Analytics. And I'm going to share all those strategies regarding Google Analytics that we use at our SEO agency to properly track the progress of our SEO campaigns and our PPC campaigns. So I am going to break down everything and step by step so that you can understand each and everything easily. But in today's tutorial, I am going to take you to my screen to show you how you can create a Google Analytics account and how you can set up a property within your Google Analytics account. And the last but not the least, how you can easily get a short piece of code and how you can install this code on your WordPress website. Now for this, you don't need to be a super developer, right? Instead, I am going to show you a small but very simple plugin which you can use in order to install the Google Analytics code on your website. So I am going to show you everything live as we complete each step. So before we get started, make sure you subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon so that you get notified instantly for every new tutorial of this basic to advanced level Google Analytics course. Also, make sure to check out the description down below where I have put together some free resources being offered by our SEO agency. So make sure to download those resources which may definitely help you or increase your SEO knowledge as well. So now let's get started without further ado. Alright guys, when creating a Google Analytics account or Google Analytics property, right? For this, it is important for you to have a Gmail account, right? Because this is the account which we will use to create a Google Analytics account. So the first step is, of course, to sign up for a Google Analytics account. And after that, we will set up the property within the Google Analytics account. And finally, we will get a short piece of code and we'll install this code on the website to see and track the activities of the visitors on our target website. And for this purpose, I'm going to take you to my screen to show you everything step by step. Alright guys, so the first thing you'll need to do is to simply search for Google Analytics, okay, just like I did. And you can see the first result is called Google Analytics, and you will need to open this page. This is a page where you will need to sign in or sign up, but I have already set up my Google Analytics properties, accounts, etc. So one step which we are omitting here is that the signing up or the signing in option, which means when you search for this keyword and when you open this page, Google will ask you for a sign in or for a sign up. So sign in for those who have already signed up for the Google Analytics account, and sign in for those the sign up for those who does not have a Google Analytics property. Anyway, so we have landed on an existing Google Analytics account and property. So if I click on this drop down menu, you will see all the analytics account I have created so far in this account. The first one is the ClickDeer, okay, under which there are some properties like ClickDeer WordPress, my SEO agency. And then we see the test name. This is another account, okay. Basically, there are two things you should keep in mind is that you have properties for separate for each website. So for example, if you have more than one website, you can have multiple properties within one account. So there is no limit how many properties you will have, but it is better to create a separate account or properties for each of the website, which means you will not be installing a piece of code from one property on multiple websites. Okay, now let's get started right away with the process. So that being said, once you have signed in your Google Analytics account, you will need to click on this small gear icon which says admin. Okay, so as you can see, there are two options. The first one is to create a property. This is for those who wants to create a property within the existing analytics account. For example, at the moment we have an analytics account which is test name, and we have already created a property in this account which is test property. But if you want to create a new Google Analytics account, you will need to click on this blue button which says create an account. Now the process starts here with providing the account name. So for example, I'm going to give it a name which says my channel. Okay, then there are some things which you have the option to check mark or uncheck. Okay, but you just read all these text and you will understand what these are. So the next thing is to click on next button. Then it will ask you to provide a property name, right? So my property name is channel property. Okay, it does not matter what kind of the name you provide, but it should be something that you can easily identify and distinguish between multiple ad Google Analytics accounts and properties. Okay, so then it will ask you for the reporting time zone. Okay, so for now it has selected the United States and the Los Angeles time zone. You can select the location of your own choice, but I will go with the US and the same time zone as well. Then it will ask you for the currency. By default it has selected the US dollar, but you can change this currency in your local currency as well. So for example, if I search for PKR or my country name, it's gonna show me my local currency, which is Pakistani rupee. Okay, so this way you can search for your own local currency as well. So after that you will need to click on show advanced options. Now it says, or it will provide you an option to switch on or off, which means if you want to create a universal analytics property, you will need to switch this button on, and if you don't want a universal analytics property, you should keep it as it is. But the point here is that you may have a question in mind: what is the difference between a universal analytics property and a Google Analytics 4 property? Basically, there is a the Google Analytics, the Google Universal Analytics property is the old version, while the Google Analytics 4 property is the latest version. So now, as you can see, Google says Universal Analytics properties will stop collecting data starting July 1, 2023. So it means after 6 months, it is going to be outdated and it will no longer collect data. So why not to go with the Google Analytics 4 property, which is the advanced and latest version of the Google Analytics. That being said, I will keep it as it is, and at the end of this tutorial, I will also shed a light on the differences between a Google Analytics universal property and the GA4 property. For now, let's click on next. Now it asks you for the business information. These are optional things, but if you can provide the details, it will be good. So for example, I can select my industry, then I will provide the business size, which is medium. Then how do you intend to use Google Analytics with your business? Now it says check all that apply, which means you will need to check mark all those back boxes which applies to your business. So for example, in my case, it is increase my conversion, measure content monetization, analyze my online sales, and measure the lead generation campaigns. After that, you simply will need to click on this blue button which says create. All right, now it has shown me a pop-up which means I have to accept the Google terms and condition. Now it provides terms and condition for each country and it has selected the United States. So I will go with it and I will scroll down to see if there is anything else I need to check. Yeah, I have one more box to check and after that I will be good to go. So let's accept the terms and condition. All right, so my Google Analytics and Google property has been successfully created and Google has redirected us to the data stream. But we will come back to this stage again. Let's go back and so that I can show you the account we have created, which is my channel, okay? And the property we have created is called the channel property. Now these are the new things which we have created today. And if I click on this drop down menu, you will see now there are three options. The first one is click date, then the test name, then my channel. So the my channel is the one that we have created a few minutes ago. Okay, now we have set up the properties and account. The last step is to get a short piece of the code and install this code on your website. And for this purpose, you will need to click on the data streams. Now, don't worry about all these things, which I will walk you through in my next tutorials because I'm going to show you a walkthrough on all these, dashboard. I will help you understand all of these things one by one. But since we are doing the basics, and for this, we will need to click on the data streams. Now there are three options. Google asks you, where do you want to track the data? On the website, on an app, or on an iOS app? In our case, we are going with the website. Now, for this purpose, we will need to provide name or the website where we want to put the code. Right? And then you provide a name as well, which is tools. This is the name of my stream. And then there are a few recommendation by Google. If you want to check mark this, do, or if you don't want these things, then simply switch on off this button and click on show more. There are a few things which Google will measure when you set up the analytics or install the code on your website. So the settings of our stream has completed. Now we need to click on create the stream. So we have created the stream. Now the last step is to get the code of this property and install this on our website, right? And for this purpose, let's go to the like install your Google tag. It has already asked us. Now there are two options: install with a website builder or a CMS, or install manually. Now if you go with the install with a website builder or CMS, then you simply need to provide the URL of your website, or you can also go with the like Monster Insights plugin. This is a plugin which we use it, WordPress. Then the SiteKit plugin, this is also a plugin which we use at our WordPress. But first let's go to with the option number 2, which says install manually, because this is something which where most of the people get stuck. So as you can see, this is a short piece of the code. Now we need to copy this code. Okay, so we have copied the code and let's go back to the dashboard to see if we have anything else on the reporting dashboard. So as you can see, it says no data received from your website yet, because we have not yet installed the code on our website. All right, so let's go back again to the stream area. Where is the data stream? Yeah, this one, and click on this one and view on tag instructions. I just want to make sure that where Google wants me to put this short piece of the code. Below is the Google tag for this account, copy and paste it in the code of every page of your website immediately after the head section. So which means we have to put this code in the head section. Now for this, let's go to the let's go to my website. So my website is loading in the background. Okay, this is a test website, and because I have set up this subdomain just for you guys so that I can show you how you can easily install the Google Analytics. So we are on our WordPress backend, and you will see an option which says plugins, and under installed plugins you will need to click on add new. So following the code, we are going to install a small plugin. That's why I said in the start of this tutorial that you will not to be a developer for this purpose. WordPress code. This is a plugin which I use. Okay. WordPress code, insert headers and footers, custom code snippets, WordPress code manager. This is the plugin. So click installing on it, and after that activate this code. All right. So on the left side, you will see the name of this plugin somewhere. Anyway, yeah, this one which says code snippets. So let's click on add a new snippet. All right. So connect to the WordPress code library to get access to snippets. Anyway, uh, just let me find out the header section. Yeah, we need to click on header and footer. Sorry, I just forget about this one thing. Yeah, this is the option which you need to click on, which says header and footer. So as you can see, there are a few things: the header, the body, and the footer, right? So what Google told us that we should keep the code in the head section. Okay, so once we have saved the changes, we are done with all the process, which means the Google Analytics has been installed on our website. And let's visit my website, and then we will go back to the Google Analytics dashboard to see if the data has started to come in the property. So let's for this to be wait for this to be loaded properly. And this is a new website. I have not changed anything else, so I kept each and everything as it is, because I just wanted to show you how to install the analytics on it. Okay, so let's refresh this page. Basically it takes some time, sometimes it takes a few minutes, sometimes it takes a few hours for Google Analytics, to flow the data from the website. Okay, so let's wait for this page to be loaded properly to see if the data has started flowing in. So it says no data. Let's click on the reports. It says not data at the moment, but we have successfully installed the code. And let's go to the real-time data. Anyways, yeah, I think it has started collecting the data, right? So as you can see, users in the last 30 minutes, this is one, and I'm from Pakistan. As you can see, this is the page, title of the page, user. So then it shows you the events as well, what kind of the events have been conducted or occurred on the website, right? So this is how you can simply and easily install the Google Analytics, set up the Google Analytics property. And in the next tutorial, I am going to walk you through all these dashboard, the acquisition, the engagement, monetization, retention, demographics, tech, and then the exploring, advertising, and configuration. Okay, so I hope this has been a super helpful tutorial, right? So I hope you have got some knowledge from this tutorial. But like I said, I am going to discuss the differences between the Google Analytics for property and the Google Analytics universal property. Basically, before the GA4 property, we were, using the universal property of the Google Analytics. But Google has recently introduced its the latest version, right? So the old one is called the GA3 property, and the new one is called the GA4 property. And I basically made a big list for you, which I will cover in my next tutorial, because if we go and discuss those differences at the moment, this video tutorial is going to be longer and longer, and I don't want it to be super longer because I want to keep things small and concise so that you can easily digest the information that you get from this channel and from my videos. Once again, if you have not yet subscribed the channel, please make sure to subscribe the channel. And one more thing, please like this tutorial so that I know you're really supporting this tutorial, which will definitely keep me appreciated, and which will definitely entice me on creating more and more awesome content just for you guys. Once again, please make sure to check out the description down below to download some free resources being offered by our SEO agency. All right, guys, so that's it for today, and thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.